working to purchase and install that with the specific ambulances that are in need. Get training coordinated with the volunteers. This is a work in progress, but future training will include the incident command training, and we did run into that, and we all agreed that that should be something that's included with the training, period. This is another one that's up for discussion in general, and this has to do with locks and keys on the Lynn station and maybe looking elsewhere. This is a work in progress. The county bill has been looking at combination locks, swipes, core replacements, and which that's one of the most expensive ones. So Bill, you take the lead on that.
Probably the easiest and quickest and least expensive right now is we can just train Brett to change the combos on the doors. And because when the idea to do it is that if you're, that all volunteers would have access to all departments. So if I'm a McGill volunteer and I happen to be in Ruth, I can open access their equipment through the combination system. So for now, I think that after our meeting, after today's meeting, that's the quick and easy thing to do right now. There still might be some issues with some keys out there, but I don't know that yet. I don't know how many keys are been checked out and how many of them are still out there, or if there's some we can't account for. But we can change the CAVA and pretty much solve the issue quickly, and then maybe in the future, after the courthouse is built, the courthouse will have a card swipe system for employees, so they'll have access to their office and doors and things like that. We could use that system in place for our volunteers, and that would be a cost savings to the fire district as well, because it'll be purchased through the courthouse. And that'll be a nice system, so if I'm a volunteer and I go rogue, we'll be able to just disallow that card, much like a motel room. So that's kind of the plan of how I would like to see it addressed anyway. Questions?
Anybody have questions on that?
The core system, is that the best lock system, Bill, that you're on?
It is the best lock.
That's an expensive son of a gun.
It is super expensive. Just the core alone, just to change the core is about $40, I believe. And if you look at some of the doors, we'll have, I don't know, there's probably 50 doors or something that if you look at all the fire stations, all the office buildings, but at least we control through the CAVA, through the combination system, we can change those. He can inform all the volunteers what the new codes are through an email list, and then they should probably, just as good business practice, periodically visit all the satellite stations and change them, and then just keep informing as the members as that changes.
Anybody else?
Sounds good.
All right, 14, fireworks are out of there. 15, extrication tools in Lund, and I think that Brett there's going to be a review of the inventory. We're still working on that, I think, so far as the extrication tool.
And we'll talk about it today.
Okay, yeah, okay. More to come, stay tuned. And Bill, this is another one for you, so far as item 16, the bids with the redos on the front driveway and drainage and ambulance shed.
Same. The RFQ is request for engineers.
Okay.
That we can do this fiscal year, and then once that's approved, we select an engineer, and then next fiscal year, because of the cost of these projects, we'll be able to put it directly out to bid. So that's the commission's desire.
Okay. Item 17, highway patrol, we were not going to be part of that. They didn't want us to be part of that, is my understanding.
Yeah, from what Ralph was telling us, he said that they're very guarded on their frequencies and don't want any to open them up.
Well, we don't need to have their frequencies, but we do need a system to be able to communicate quickly and efficiently with them.
Okay.
However that works.
Yeah.
That would be asinine for
Yeah,
us to not be able to.
and maybe that's where the incident commander, if there's the need, whoever is on first. I don't know how
I'll have to
that,
visit the sheriff, it's gonna be a relay through their dispatch.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's gonna have to run through
Yeah.
dispatch.
So,
How
well,
do they talk
then,
to us? if we
then,
need
then
to?
we'll go back to dispatch and
Just-
there's still more discussion. And then NDOT, that was one also that we are not part of their road, but I guess it would be, usually the incident commander, is the person that, at least that was my understanding, and Brett, if I'm wrong with that, let me know, cause I know they can even call in a helicopter.
Yeah. And what,
And
and,
how to do it.
what we do is we just call them if we need them.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, so.
Yeah, ever since they went to the 800 megahertz system, we haven't
Right,
had communications with
right.
anybody from the state other than the EMS side.
And 18
Kind of
is,
a repeat.
yeah, kind of a, I was just gonna say, Elizabeth already touched on this. 19, dispose or reallocation. Evidently, they were being put in the dumpster.
If they're not, when we do our work order to go down there, because we're not sure if the roof, the Lund Fire Station is tied into a septic system. So we did a dig permit there, and our back was there. While we were there, if the doors didn't make it into the dumpster, we'll just haul it back
Oh,
with us at that
Okay.
time. There's,
Okay.
they didn't make, yeah, they didn't. So we'll make sure they're out of there.
Okay, and I'm sorry, for the public, they didn't realize the paperwork that I'm reading through, this is all, the one that I'm reading off of now is in regards to the Lund Station. So my apologies there, I should have stated that, it's written on our stuff, our backup, so. And then, the garage door opener remotes, Bill,
Haven't done a thing on it.
okay. Okay, going on to Ruth, Bill, you're up on this one too.
Same,
The same things as far as the
Same.
RFQ.
yes.
We're gonna try and consolidate and see if that will help our pricing. Replace garage doors for Bay, they've been ordered through White Pine Glass.
Starts today, is that correct?
The roof doors.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bay
they're-
doors,
They're
openers.
installing them today.
awesome. Good news. So as you can tell, we're moving right along with getting things done. Repair, the roof leaks over Bay 4, 5, and 6.
Open the ticket.
And you did- Okay, so a ticket's been opened on that. Compressor, has been replaced. The binoculars have been purchased and Brent was gonna distribute those. The SPO2 monitor, and those do need to be ordered.
Yeah,
So,
we need to order them.
okay. And, 2 to 3, spare oxygen bottles, as far as obtaining those.
Yeah, we need to look into that as well.
Okay, so Brett, you're on this as following up on that request, so.
Yeah.
Okay, internet, oh, and the ID tags. I think that court's gonna go ahead. They're waiting on the roof before, so far as the list of names and on the turnouts and stuff before they put anything in there. I guess I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Okay. Okay, and the internet is the same thing, that Elizabeth spoke to. We're on to Baker. We're gonna work on, so far as the training opportunities, and trying to cut down on travel back and forth, that maybe we can get into a situation that we can do a train-the-trainer. Okay, item 2, continue and get in place formal mutual aid agreements with Millard County, Utah, and Great Basin National Park, so this will be something that we're gonna be moving forward on. Ensuring ambulances continue to be stocked, and that's already, Baker, where the distance is so much more. Maybe there's a way to meet them halfway, and we're gonna continue to work on that with Baker.
Probably work something out with the city of Ely if they email in the list of what they need.
Yeah, so that you can meet them halfway.
Well,
rather.
we had some dropped off for them.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Things are really appearing to working quite a bit better than what they were a month ago, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're working in progress.
EMS protocols that are regularly updated. We're gonna make sure that each station has copies of those. And they'll be downloaded onto the tablets and provided for each ambulance in an electronic version. And the ESO, and Elizabeth, you do better with the IT stuff.
So it's just a matter of going ahead and getting it downloaded. We've got, the tablet, we're gonna get it downloaded, and like I said, part of that problem has to do with the administration of ESO, where they actually need to add users, and Brett is coming up to speed on that, and we'll be dealing with that administrative side of adding new users so that the EMTs can get onto the software.
Okay. And once again, we talked about including the incident commander training. Item 8, they would like to have a 4x4 ambulance, and did that get taken out there already, Brett?
It's going out Friday,
Okay,
yeah. I took it, met Bobby Sullivan and Curry the other Friday
right,
and got it inspected, re-inspected because it didn't pass from when MedX had it. So we, working with the city, we got it stocked and I took it out and got it re-inspected. It's ready to go on service and I'm taking it out Friday.
awesome. The 6 headlamps that need to be ordered, and Brett's gonna work on that. Brett has a big list. 6 pair of Wildland fire pants. Both Brett and Ralph are working on this with BLM, because BLM has a surplus of Wildland pants. So this hasn't happened yet, but it should be.
The next several items are all things that Brett's gonna is working
Yeah.
on getting for Baker. There's just different supplies they need.
Thank you.
And then we have a washer and dryer.
Yeah, down at that and a shower. Shower wasn't working. I think that's
Shower's
working
fixed.
now.
Shower's fixed this time.
And so the washer and dryer there's some replumbing that needs to be,
We just need to get with Brett and spec the size of the washer. If it's something like they had at the EOC, something like that, there's huge difference in power requirements and the whole thing. So I just need
Okay.
to know the size of that, and I'll work with you.
okay. And going on to McGill, the restrooms and shower and bunk room. Restroom, shower and bunk room.
Yeah, that's all
Yep,
part of
that's
it.
all part of it.
And just for clarification on that RFQ, the only thing that is in there that I'm verifying is that we wanna do one RFQ for all of county projects, including the grants, but I need to verify that that's okay with the granting agencies. So that should be going out, we hope next week, is what Bill has been working with the DA on, so.
And
verify that.
for the next agenda, Bill and Nicole, can you just draft a letter and we'll send it out to the town councils, letting them know what the timeline is on these bigger ticket items, so they know we're working on it. If you can put that on the next agenda and and maybe just include the, the cost of what that is, so they know that why we're having to wait till next year.
Yeah, it's kind of tedious to go through each and everything. Door seals on the bays, are those done too? Out in McGill, Bill Calderwood,
Did you, sure.
I put the PO in on it.
pardon me?
We just got the bid from White Pine Glass Monday
Okay,
and I put the PO in on it to get that done.
perfect. Okay, and the ice machine is being transferred to McGill.
It was transferred. They called us up and apparently a couple of weeks ago, they had it repaired, so we re-transferred and now they got their old ice machine back. So we just shuffled it and it's back where it was before. I was unaware that they had it. I guess the volunteers got together, kicked in some money and got it fixed. And we showed up and moved it and swapped and
Okay.
Wasted time.
Anyhow, the next couple here, internet, you know the story, you know about, the maintenance and the flooding. Those are projects that are, still need to be moved forward. The same thing so far as the radios and pagers, shelving is all situated. The tablet, we're gonna be working on that. Elizabeth has already discussed it. And then this is kind of cool here. The sign out at the McGill Fire Department, what they've have proposed is that they have an old McGill ambulance that will be disabled, and the NDF Honor Camp will paint it. And then this will be used as signage for their volunteer fire station.
I've been in contact with McGill. That ambulance is still sitting at the Station 1. And they're working on trying to get, they own that, and they wanna get that back, so I think Bill was working on that, or
They picked it up the other
they
day.
did pick it up. Okay, that's good then.
Yeah,
That'll be their sign, good enough.
yeah.
Thank you.
Do you guys know how much that ambulance is worth?
I have no idea. It's owned by McGill,
Yeah, it's probably worth 25 or 30,000.
really.
Yeah, them old Dodge ambulances are worth a lot.
Well, McGill's a rich place then.
Yeah, they got an expensive sign.
It's an asset.
Thank you for getting it back to them.
All right, the Legion Hall, those repairs are complete as well.
Oh, good, okay.
Cool.
Great.
Same thing as far as IT. The SCBA, right now we don't, the mask, we do not know where they are. We've contacted, Lake Curtis for where they were supposed to be shipped, and they were shipped over a year ago, and we don't know where we are unless somebody's heard something different.
Ralph contacted him right before I started,
Right,
and they just have no clue
Idea.
at Ellen Curtis where they went.
so,
Do we have record of Ellen Curtis receiving them?
According to Ralph, we do.
Wow.
So we need to,
maybe they
Probably
put it
like that.
someplace and they forgot where. I don't know.
Jim?
But, sorry.
Actually, I received an email and an invoice from Alan Curtis in the interim between Tim and Carl and what they wanted to do. And then when Carl left, that he dropped that off to me, and I reached out to that company. So they were in receipt of those SBA units.
Out at the EOC building? Is that
Yes.
where they were?
Alan Curtis, they.
Ellen Curtis got them.
Ellen?
They received them at Alan Curtis. They just didn't know what to do with them because no one was making decisions at that time.
You have an email on that too?
I'll have to double check on that, but I know that I had a copy of the invoice.
Okay, stay tuned. And this is something else that we're looking into, is the stipend for the volunteers. The thought is to go ahead and mirror what the Ely Volunteer Firefighters Program. But we're gonna do a little bit more investigation on that. And then the foldable porta tank for the water tender, 221, which is 3,000 gallons. They just, okay, do you know if that's been done so far as with the McGill Fire Chief, that the tank is in the shed at the station?
it's
And he
at
was supposed
Station 1, and he
Okay,
knows
but
it's there, so.
so it's supposed to go be picked up?
Yeah, he
Okay.
knows it's there, and I don't,
All right,
he just hasn't picked it up, so.
okay. The thermal imager, this is maybe possible for in the future because it's very expensive. And then the electric combine tool, the fire district is investigating the number of tools available and will provide tools to each fire station. So as we move forward, I guess, into the next fiscal, these costs, that's where, and I think this has been explained before so far as our budget. And then the Easy Load, this is the last one for McGill, is the Easy Load system for ambulances. And I think it was at the last commission meeting, we approved those. And also then they'll coordinate so far as the systems, getting them for the 3 ambulances in the fire district.
Okay.
That was long-winded, maybe we can do something different next time.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
think if we reorganize the list to be things that need to be ordered, things that need to be fixed on buildings, then just lump them all at once, that'd probably be simpler.
Well, we thought this was gonna be kind of self-explanatory to
Yeah, that's good.
everything, so
Probably good for the public to hear.
to know that things are moving along, and I think we're really doing well with it.
Yeah, so, I think the committee did a good job. Thanks for,
Yeah, thank you very much, that was excellent.
good report, Maureen. So
It was a collaborated effort.
I'm sure it was, but you guys are doing good, and you meet after every meeting, so that's fine. Do you have any more on item 8? I think you've done a good job, we're good with that, so it was an update, we'll move on. Item 9 is discussion for possible action, the approval of resolution 2019-44 to augment the White Pine County Fire Protection District in the amount of $88,629 to purchase the Stryker power load system for 3 ambulances as authorized by the Fire Commission at their August 14th meeting. Elizabeth.
This is just the, I told you about last time.
Move to approve.
Motion by Travis and a second by Ian. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Item 10. Item 10 is a discussion for possible action, the approval of the minutes from the July 24th, 2019 Special Fire Commission meeting and the July 31st, 2019 Special Joint Fire Commission meeting and the BACB meeting.
I make a motion to approve both of those.
Second?
Motion by Lori, second by Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Now it's unanimous. We are now at the end of the Fire Commission meeting, so the last item on it is public comment. Is there any public comment on what we discussed on this? Please come forward, state your name.
Carol McKenzie for the record. There's 2 or 3 things. The binoculars that you've ordered, the Lund ambulance does not need any. We already have them in our ambulance. Protocols, if everybody is doing what they're supposed to be, there should be a copy of protocols in every single ambulance in the county. We have ours in ours. So I don't know about everybody else, although I did see some in the Ely ambulance that I was in last night on a 5-hour run that we had with the city of Ely. The papers went off at 4:40 yesterday afternoon, and I got into my car at the ambulance instead at 9:40. So 5 hours out on a run. And we worked well together getting it
Yeah, we did.
accomplished. But we needed things that we didn't have.
Wait a second, Karen. When you say you needed things that you didn't have, that the ambulance was not fully stocked?
Some of the equipment, it wasn't necessarily something that we always have, but we had some confrontation also because we had one service from Alamo that came in, 2 people on it, and walked over, gave some orders, told us what we should do, and turned around, walked off, and went back to Alamo. And the gal that was doing the instructions was higher qualified than most of the EMTs that runs it. So we weren't especially happy with that one. As far as the equipment for our ambulances, I know it takes a long while to accomplish things, but this has been going on for how long? Since you guys switched and started working with the city and everything kind of, ambulances went hither and yon and people were told their job was over, so they left and went on a new job, even though they were supposed to stay until the end of the fiscal year. That created an issue for us because we're still in the dark on a lot of things. Our reports right now I can't do the report from yesterday that needs to be done because I can't get the CAD sent to my house, which is the only place I can do the report in Lund. If I come in here to do the report, it's an hour to an hour and a half to do the report, and I still have to make sure I can get the CAD.
How did you do it before the switchover?
Before the switchover, before all of this happened, the CAD would be faxed to the fire chief in Lund. Since he is no longer there, they won't fax it to me. They will not send it by email because it has,
Who won't send it to you?
we have not been able to get it from the sheriff's office. And this has been going on for quite a long while. I can get them if I go in and get them, or somebody else picks them up, but it has to be somebody that was on the run, whatever it may have been, because there's a lot of confidential information on those CADs. And so it can't be just given to anybody. In Lund, we have myself and Alina, the other EMT, one other EMT, that has all the programming on our computers. I think the others are getting it on, but at this point, they don't.
On their
As
personal
you were talking
computers?
about, people work, yes,
Because you don't have any other way.
we don't have any other way. What I would like to see, and I talked to Brett about it when we were at last night, we were able to talk quite a bit on different things, and I talked to the EMTs about it. The office in the building down there needs to be mucked out and taken care of and set up fast.
Can we open up one of the agenda items underneath the fire commission? Because we're in public comment right now, and I don't know with the back and forth if that's appropriate.
We're okay so far, but if you wanna, all right. Maybe item 8 in the fire commission, Mr. Chairman, if you could reopen that for discussion.
Okay, we'll recess the regular, no, we're still in the fire commission. And we'll go back to item number 8, which would be a discussion update. Report from the committee assigned at the August 14th fire commission meeting. Efforts in getting the outlying VFDs needs as addressed. So we'll open, is that the one you want to open? So we'll just open that with that read. Okay, so that's all.
Okay, Elizabeth was talking about getting a laptop or an iPad or whatever it is. We actually have a laptop that our former fire chief purchased and is on our ambulance. Actually, it's not, it was moved last night for somebody to take it and figure out what was on it and what we needed to have added to it and everything. The problem is, if you're out on a run, the way it's set up, and I'm sort of computer non-literate or halfway literate or something. I don't like to work with all this stuff, but I got young gals that know how. The one that we have, if we try to do it when we're on a run, like from Ely to London, London to Ely, however, on the long distances, it doesn't work because there is no way to get on the web. And to get on the EOS, ESL, sorry, I keep getting that mixed up. To get onto that, you have to have a connection to the internet. And just to put it into our computer, because there's no way to get it onto the computer and to be able to do those reports that way. So all the report has to be done after the fact. And at the rate we're going with the one from yesterday, it's going to be tomorrow before it gets completed.
So if you had internet at the Lund station?
And that was one of the things we discussed on the way home from the run last night, because we had to drive from Ely to London for fuel and a few things. Anyway, what I would like to see, and everybody's agreed with me that I've talked to, is that office that's in the fire station in Lund needs to be fixed with a computer, with a fax machine, with any kind of equipment we need to do the reports. And it needs to be done quickly, because this is, if you're late doing a report, getting it in, we have issues with insurance. paying for things sometimes. And we don't wanna go there.
Is there not a fax machine there now?